So I was hoping that other people who conquer the difficult time have a place to share some of their own struggles in life or their insights, why they actually later on come back to do Qigong. And then as they return, they also may realize I teach different too, as it took me a whole lifetime to connect like a woman's body, physically, emotionally, psychologically, to understand how we age, we got sick, and how we recover. So the teachings is really expansive now. So before we start with the people speaking, I will do a balance at the end of the event. And I ended up teaching and helping other people go out to teach and share. The first speaker, Sandra Corrado, is the founder of the Next Level Consulting, is a self-care specialist and integrative wellness coach, blending a variety of holistic methods in her work, including Qigong. She inspired you with practical self-care, fitness, natural health, wellness, and leading-edge personal development methods and information to enhance a woman's life in particular. She actually has a passion to help women sandwiched in life between children, spouse, career, training, growing, and all the aging parents we have to take care. So her aim is to positively impact women, their families, and members of our community to a global basis. Hi, let's welcome Sandra.
And welcome everyone to this 2-hour segment today and tomorrow. You will find all the instructors and presenters have something to share, and hopefully you'll be able to bring it into your life and also have a chance to experience Qigong and how it can help even for a short time. Because my background is in self-care, and yes, I do focus working with women, my self-care tools came as a result of a burnout many, many years ago. And I learned a lot about the body and a lot about the mind and discovered many, many different tools that we can use in our life to help us deal with things that we are stressed with. And there's not anyone on this planet that can say that they are stress-free, but we can do a lot to help ourselves, our soul, mind, and body, to make sure that we stay, first of all, in tune with our heart, to be authentic, but also to assist us in staying healthy, mind, body, and spirit. So the title is Leading from Your Center, Calm the Mind and Body. And I wanted to talk briefly about the vagus nerve. And also the nervous system. So everyone has gone through stressful periods. When we go through stressful periods, our nervous system goes into a state of sympathetic, which means that we're in fight or flight. We gotta do, and we don't feel calm. Parasympathetic is when, say for instance, we're sleeping and it's a really nice deep sleep, or we're feeling very relaxed. And our nervous system, the innate intelligence in our body, is meant to go from fight or flight or sympathetic or dealing with, say, a crisis or dealing with something that we may consider to be stressful, to then come back into a balanced state, meaning that we're not in sympathetic, stuck, but we come into that relaxation part in our body. When we're able to float back and forth to dealing with whatever life brings to us, and then coming back to balance, our body functions the best. We function best. Even from a spiritual perspective, we feel good. We are connected. When we are exposed to stressors that are chronic, meaning, and I'm going to give examples of women because I work primarily with women, but this happens to men as well. So I don't mean to exclude men. Men are caught in a similar position. There just may be different factors. So say there's job, there's children, maybe there's a health issue in the family. Perhaps there is, well, the house, and then you're looking after the kids, and then you have parents that are aging. A lot of moving parts. And it's very easy for us to get caught up with the day-to-day and get caught up in our schedule. And especially when there's an illness and we have aging parents that we need to take care of, and we've got children to bring to different functions in school and making sure they're okay. And if there's emotional issues that are coming up that we assist them, oftentimes we neglect ourselves, and we've absorbed all this in our body, and it stays in our body unless we incorporate a practice like Qigong. Qigong incorporates the breathing, also incorporates some beautiful movement, and brings the nervous system back to a state of balance, which is where we operate the best. So going back to the vagus nerve, there's a long nerve, big nerve that's coming from here, goes right through the body. And this vagus nerve communicates with all the organs in the body, including the brain. When we are stuck day in, day out, and it's chronic stress, how can I pay my bills? I have this, I have to run for the kids, I have to clean the home, I have to do my job. Oh, something isn't going well at the job. You get the picture. We can get locked in that chronic stress. And it's really important for us to have practices for us to use, different tips, strategies for us to use on a daily basis to help our body get to that place of calm, come out of that fight or flight where we can get stuck, and it's called freeze, to bring the nervous system back into a place of calm, relaxation. Because when that happens, we can actually listen. So the brain isn't all scattered, it calms down. We can listen to our intuition, because everybody has innate intuition. We know what is right for us. We're able to listen to our body. We're able to find strategies and solutions for problems or issues that we may be confronted with during the day. So with Qigong, it is a beautiful practice. I'm so grateful that I met Master Teresa many years ago. I didn't start practicing with her actually until last year, but I had met her, and there were so many beautiful things that I'd heard about Master Teresa, and those that were studying had recommended that I check out one of the trainings, and I'm glad I did, because I brought it into my own practice. And I also share this with my participants, because I do have online classes that I run. And actually, I'll be running my own Qigong session later on today, since it's World Tai Chi and Qigong weekend. This is a practice that many have found very, very helpful. And at the very minimum, comments that I receive, comment even for myself, are, I feel calm. I noticed my breath. I noticed that my shoulders relaxed. I feel more grounded. And from a body perspective, the nervous system relaxes. So we give the body a chance to go into that natural healing state. That natural healing is that homeostasis. We're not in fight or flight, and we're not super, super relaxed. We fall asleep, but it's that calm state where the body says, I have all the resources I need. I can heal mind, body, spirit right now. I can find solutions. We're more open, even from an energetic perspective, to bring in solutions. When we stay in that fight or flight, we unfortunately kind of repel solutions. We just don't see them. But when we're in that place of calm, we feel better, and the energy, God, the universe, the divine, we can see the messages that are coming forward for us. So I have about another 10 minutes. What I'd like to do is do about a 5-minute breathing using one of the Qigong, and then we'll practice another part of it so you can actually experience it. Before we start, I would like to recommend that you sit comfortably, feet flat on the ground, and in your chair, move about a third forward in your chair and sit upright. Shoulders are relaxed. And before we start, perhaps consider closing your eyes and simply scan your body. What's happening in your body? Is there any tension in certain areas? What's happening in your mind? Is it racing? Do you feel any pain? What are you noticing? And then also notice the quality of your breath. Where is your breath going? Is it going into your chest and it's very short, fast, or almost non-existent? Simply notice. There's no right or wrong here. It's simply paying attention to your body. And if you wish to place your hands on your heart so that you can actually feel your body, feel free to do that. And now that you've had an opportunity to check in to see where you're at, I invite you to tune into your breath. And we'll do a visualization. So if you wish to have your eyes closed, feel free to do that. So notice your breath. Inhale and exhale through your nose. And notice where your breath goes in your body. Is it your chest, abdomen, and your belly? Where is it going? Notice the length of your breath. Is it short in, long out, or vice versa? And now I invite you to bring your tongue to the roof of your mouth and continue breathing in and out through your nose. This is part of Qigong, breathing in and out through the nose with your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Now notice the quality of your breath. What happened when your tongue went to the roof of your mouth? Did it slow your breath down? Usually it does. Now let's bring in a visualization. So your palms are face up. Your hands are on your lap. A nice upright spine. You're 1/3 forward in your chair. Relax those shoulders. Just tell the shoulders to relax. And now, still with your eyes closed, as you inhale through your nose, imagine the lungs, your lungs filling up with beautiful oxygen. And then as you exhale through your nose, releasing the breath slowly. Inhale, and then exhale through the nose. And then inhale, filling up life-giving oxygen in your lungs. And then exhale, releasing. And now on the next inhalation, notice the expansion of your rib cage, front, sides, and back. And then as you exhale, notice a slight contraction as you release. Inhale once again. And exhale. Let's do it one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Breathe at your own pace. And again, bring your focus back to your body. And we took a few breaths that were lengthened. We asked our body through visualization to lengthen the breath. And then we exhaled all in and out through the nose. Simply notice the difference in your body. And now I invite you to bring your hands to your abdomen. Relax your elbows, relax the shoulders. Your hands are one on top of the other. Now, for women, your right hand is going to be on the abdomen first, and then your left hand on top. For men, bring your left hand on your abdomen, right hand on top. We'll continue breathing in and out through the nose. Tongue is at the roof of your mouth. And this time I will guide you. We're going to breathe in a little less in length than the exhale. And we'll do this for about maybe 3 minutes or so. So I'll count it out. And if you find that my breath is a little bit too long, feel free to accommodate. So we're going to breathe in to 70% and then exhale to 100%. So just to give you a little bit of an idea of what we're doing. So let's inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale. Exhale. 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 And now keep your hands on your belly, on your abdomen, and simply breathe. You can keep your eyes closed. And now check in with your body. What are you noticing right now? What did you notice when you were breathing? Do you notice a difference? If you found the breath a little bit awkward, remember we are in training. So we're practicing using the breath to relax. And there are times when we practice something for the first time, it may feel a little awkward or we're not quite in sync, and that's okay. Our practice is our practice. Wherever we're at is perfect for today. The more we practice with our breath, and what we did was one of the Qigong movements, focusing on the breath, the easier it comes over time. And our body, when we start to focus on our breath and perhaps do this breath again, will recognize it is time for me to allow my nervous system to relax. The nervous system will speak up and just say, finally, it's my time. So I invite you to bring the practice of Qigong, even if it's simply one movement, one focus, breath. Bring it into your daily life for 5 minutes or 2 minutes, whatever you have time for. Give yourself this gift, the gift of relaxation, the gift of tapping into your body. And also placing your hands on your body is a symbol of acknowledging you exist, I exist. You're honoring yourself when you place your hands on your body. So as I come to an end, you can feel free to relax your hands, bring them back on your lap, palms face up. And now inhale gently, and then exhale. And on the next inhalation, feel free to slowly, gently open your eyes and perhaps keep your gaze on the ground or on your hands. Become reacquainted with the light. And on the next inhalation, feel free to simply float your eyes up to neutral. Become reacquainted with your surroundings, the patterns, what is in the room. And let's take another breath. Inhale and exhale. And just one more breath I'd like to demonstrate, and we can do this together. It's the sigh. So we'll inhale through the nose and we'll sigh it out. It is the nervous system actually releases tension and stress through this sigh. So let's do this together. Inhale through the nose. Two more. Inhale. One more. Inhale. Beautiful. We normally do the sigh without realizing. You can do this intentionally when you're feeling like you're overwhelmed. And plus that breath, part of the Qigong, bring your focus back. Thank you for following and attending, and I hope you found this beneficial. Thank you, Master Teresa.
Oh, thank you, Sandra. So wonderful. We really love you. Look forward to doing more with you. Okay. Next speaker will be Lorraine Lanoff. So Lorraine is a long-time supporter and enthusiastic promoter of the Pure Land Qigong, beginning many years ago, and started off want to teach Qigong too. It's about the level 1 Wu's Health and Fitness Qigong that's back in Florida. So after experiencing different powerful ways of energy work and the cultivation of the life force, then she since also joined the remote Tai Chi program, level 4 certification. And her clients always report experiencing healing, relaxation, pain reduction, emotional balance, and overall positive results with her work. So I will invite Lorraine into the room. Okay. And today she is speaking on the reach of Qi, exploring distant healing through Qigong principles. Thank you, Lorraine. I will remove myself.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I know a lot of you here. Let me, I am going to share my screen. So my name is Lorraine, and thank you for that lovely introduction, Master Teresa and Sandra. That was wonderful. Thank you so much. That was really lovely. So I am happy to be here today. While I have dabbled in many forms of energy work, as Master Teresa has mentioned, it's under the guidance of Master Teresa and her school that I've been able to learn and practice the specific form of Fa Chi. The biggest motivation for me is achieving results. It's very gratifying to know I can possibly make a difference for someone to help alleviate any pain or discomfort or simply facilitate energetic balance. Today, I'll be speaking about the reach of Qi, exploring distant healing through Qigong. And I think a lot of us experienced that during COVID. We had to learn to use distance and remote tools such as Zoom. Whether you're here for the science, the spirituality, or seeking complementary ways to live a more healthful, pain-free lifestyle, I hope this offers you something meaningful. So, distant healing refers to the idea that healing can occur without physical contact, across space, and sometimes even across time. It's found in various traditions, prayer, Reiki, even remote intention experiments. But today we're exploring this through the lens of Qigong, an ancient practice rooted in Chinese medicine and energy cultivation. Why Qigong? Because it combines physical, mental, and energetic awareness. It gives us a language and a method for understanding distant healing in both spiritual and practical terms. This presentation is an invitation to explore where science and spirit can meet. To understand distant healing in Qigong, we have to start with Qi itself. Qi is often translated as life force energy. It's the invisible current that animates all living things. In traditional Chinese medicine, Qi flows through energy channels called meridians. When it flows smoothly, we're healthy. When it's blocked or weak, imbalance appears. Think of it like electricity flowing through a circuit or water through a stream. You can't see it directly, but its effects are real. Qi isn't just in the body, it's in nature, it's in the universe, it connects us, which makes distant healing possible. Qigong is an ancient Chinese energy practice that focuses on aligning the body, breath, and mind. It's built on 3 simple but powerful pillars: gentle movement, conscious breathing, and focused intention. Practicing Qigong helps us cultivate, balance, and direct Qi, our life energy. Think of it as energy fitness for your body and spirit. It's often used not just for healing, but also for prevention and emotional regulation. So what exactly is distant healing? It's the idea that healing can take place without physical contact. You've probably heard of Reiki, prayer circles, or even some saying, "I'll send you good energy." These are all forms of distant healing. In Qigong, the process involves using intention and cultivated Qi to support someone who is not physically present. The mind becomes the transmitter and the energy follows. It's a deeply intentional, compassionate practice. So how does distant healing actually work in Qigong? There's a guiding principle, and forgive me if I don't pronounce this correctly, Yi Dao, Qi Dao. Where the mind goes, the Qi follows. The practitioner begins by entering a deep meditative state. From there, they focus fully on the person receiving the healing, often visualizing them clearly. Then they direct their Qi, their cultivated life force energy, toward the recipient with clarity, compassion, and trust. It's not forced, it's like opening a channel and allowing energy to flow across the distance. And because Qi is not bound by time or space, healing can happen in ways that transcend our usual limits. From a spiritual lens, distant healing through Qigong is deeply sacred. Qi is not just energy, it's universal and compassionate. It reflects the natural interconnectedness between all living beings. The true power of distant healing isn't just in the energy, it's in the intention. When we focus our heart and mind on someone's healing, we create a bridge between our hearts. It's not about control or force, but about offering presence, love, and trust in the unseen. That's where the deepest healing often begins. Now let's consider the medical perspective. While the research on distant healing is still growing, there are some promising studies. For instance, a 2002 study published in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine found that distant Qigong could improve well-being. But how much of this is the placebo effect, the mind's power to heal the body by believing it can, or something more subtle, like energy transmission? The emerging field of psychoneuroimmunology studies how our thoughts and emotions influence our physical health. And this area of research is beginning to open doors to understanding distant healing through scientific frameworks. While research provides some insight, personal stories often offer the most compelling evidence. Many practitioners and recipients of distant Qigong have reported pain relief, emotional breakthroughs, and a sense of spiritual clarity. Now, for example, a woman with chronic pain after just a single distant Qigong session experienced a significant reduction in her discomfort without any physical touch. And I will say that I'm sure Master Teresa has recorded maybe hundreds of examples of people experiencing Qigong and distant healing and reporting good results, excellent results, in some cases, complete, I won't say cure, but alleviation of whatever discomfort they were feeling. These experiences are consistent, not just from one practitioner, but across different cultures and practices worldwide. This suggests that something real is at play. As with any form of healing, ethics and safety are paramount. For example, always obtain consent before offering distant healing. It's essential that the person is open to receiving energy in this way. Distant healing is a complementary practice, not a substitute for conventional medicine. It should support, not replace, medical treatment. Also, respect is key. Be mindful of the boundaries and beliefs of the person receiving the healing. Distant healing should empower the individual, never override their care or choices. Distant Qigong can be integrated into holistic healing practices. Medically, it can help with stress reduction, immune support, and emotional well-being. Many use it alongside conventional treatments like chemotherapy or in palliative care, especially in hospice settings. Spiritually, it fosters connection and compassion. It helps individuals feel more centered and grounded, deepening their sense of purpose and peace. By integrating distant Qigong, we invite a broader, more holistic approach to health and healing, blending the physical, emotional, and spiritual. To wrap things up, remember, Qigong is not limited by space. Distant healing challenges us to rethink how we understand energy, connection, and healing. It invites us into a new paradigm where mind, body, and spirit are interconnected in ways we're just beginning to explore. Ultimately, healing begins with intention. By focusing our energy on others with love and compassion, we can make a profound impact. Even across great distances, this practice reminds us that we are all part of something greater and that healing is available to all, regardless of where we are physically. Now, here, let's dive in and practice a bit. I'll lead everyone through a simple relaxation exercise, and then I will send Qi. One thing you can do is think about some aspect of where you'd like to receive some Qi, whether it's a part of your physical body or your emotional, etheric body, or just a general balancing. So, typical Qigong position, we're sitting in our chair on the front 1/3 of the chair. Hands resting comfortably on our thighs, palms up. Head straight, chin in, tongue on our palate behind our teeth, relaxing. So what we'll do is we'll breathe in and out gently through our nose, and I'll call out the parts of the body that our intention is just to relax those parts of our body. So we'll breathe in, relax that part of the body, and breathe out. So breathe in, relaxing the head, breathe out. So Breathe in, relax neck. Breathe out. Breathe in, relax shoulders. Breathe out. Breathe in, relax chest. Breathe out. Breathe in, relax abdomen. Breathe out. Breathe in, relax back. Breathe in, relax arms, hands, fingers. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, relax legs, feet, toes. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relaxing the entire body. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time, entire body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, one more move, and I learned this actually in one of Master Teresa's offerings. It's a women's Qigong practice. And if you take nothing away from my talk today, remember this, because anyone who sits at a desk will appreciate. So this is a very quick move. We turn our head to the right, looking down. Our left shoulder, we lift and drop. It's such a relaxing move to relieve neck and shoulder stress. Bringing our face forward, turning our head to the left, looking down, right shoulder, press down. Sometimes I even roll it a little. Breathing in and out gently. Return our head to center. That's my absolute secret weapon move from when I'm feeling stress in the neck or shoulders. Okay. What I'm also going to do is we'll do a couple of belly breathes similar to what Sandra taught us. Right, ladies, right hand over navel, left hand over palm. Gentlemen, left hand over navel, right hand over palm. We'll do 3 deep breaths. Breathe in, pushing the belly out. Breathe out, pulling the belly back in, pressing all the air out. Breathe in, expand. Breathe out, pushing the air out. One more time, breathe in, expand. Breathe out, contract. Now let's pull some chi. Adjust my camera. Your hands come about, palms facing each other, about nose width. And we're going to pull chi to about face width. And then as we breathe in, we'll pull chi. As we breathe out, we'll bring our hands back together to nose width. So it's nose width, breathe in, pull chi to face width, breathe out gently, back to nose width. Breathe in, pull chi. Breathe out. Breathe in, pull chi. Breathe out. Breathe in, pull chi. Breathe. You may notice some sensation in your hands Breathe in, hold chi, breathe out. It's like being in clouds or water. Breathe in, breathe out. Now, this is the part where I'm going to send chi, holding the chi. I will adjust my screen. Now, you may take that chi that you've collected and you can send it yourself to any part of your body where you'd like. Wherever you might feel some tension or some stress or just overall balance, you can send that chi now that you've harnessed it. And I'll be quiet for a few minutes, and I'll ask you to, I'm going to open my screen here and look at the gallery, and I'll ask you to think about someplace where you would like the focused chi to go. And I'll be quiet for a few minutes. All righty. That's it for my presentation. I thank everybody for being here, for your attention. I appreciate it. My information I'll put in the chat. I wish you all a wonderful day. And thank you, Master Teresa, for hosting this event.
Okay, thank you, Lorraine. That's beautiful. Felt your chi. Okay, so let's continue. So the next speaker we have is from Toronto. So Andre Misia. So Andre's path to self-mastery began way back when he was 7 years old. So he was fascinated by Kung Fu and Bruce Lee, right? We all do. And then the passion drove him to study and become black belt instructor. And then seeking to understand both physical strength and the power of healing. So today, Andre's passion is in holistic wellness, coaching people, teaching Qigong as an instructor, and bring his expertise to inexperienced practitioners of energy work. She's excited about helping corporate business with wellness, and is the head of the corporate wellness for IMA Consultant. So he is in our certification program for the remote Fachi program in level 4, and he has a very warm, beautiful heart. So his topic today is on corporate wellness with the holistic strategies. Thank you. Hi.
Thank you very much, Master Teresa. And thank you, Lori and Sandra. Those were such wonderful explanations and presentations. Definitely a great setup. So I really appreciate it. Share my screen here. Today, I chose to speak about corporate wellness, how Qigong fits into corporate setting. Master Teresa gave you guys a little bit of a background in terms of where my passion came from. So I started Kung Fu when I was really small, and I was in health and wellness pretty much for majority my entire life, whether it was in a gym setting, personal training. I worked in nutritional companies and studied nutrition. So I had the spectrum of wellness, and regardless of that, you know, corporate wellness and work, we spend so much time in, and working in those environments, even with having a wellness background, I still fell into the trap of stress. I still fell into the trap of overwhelm, exhaustion, burnout, as Sandra mentioned before. And that was both in the corporate setting and in the entrepreneurial setting. And having all these wellness tools and even Qigong, you know, you got to use them. If you don't use them, they're not going to work. And I see so many people struggling in work and corporate environments, entrepreneurs, and this is why I chose to approach this topic and make a difference in that community, because it's where we spend a lot of our lives, and to come in and be stressed and overwhelmed while doing something that is of value. Hopefully we go to work to serve a purpose, right? And that purpose sometimes gets tainted because of overwhelm, whether it's environmental or internal, whatever that is. So right now, my kind of mission is to elevate the standard of wellness across the board, whether it's in the corporate setting or one-on-one. But it's in that struggle that I realized I wanted to make a difference in that environment. So getting really started and going through the instructors program first with Master Teresa. My Qigong journey started in China when I was 17. That's when I got introduced, and I was in Canada. When I got back to Canada, it was hard to find an instructor, and I'm so blessed to have found Master Teresa, because she allowed me to hone in and develop the skills and the foundational skills of well-being, which is, I find, what Qigong really is. You know, doing personal training, fitness, nutrition across the board. There's certain things that those modalities used individually, you only get so much results. Whereas Qigong really focuses on balancing and restoring the foundational wellness of the body, to bring the body into balance so that it can repair, heal, and restore well-being. So I found the principles of Qigong and how they apply to wellness really correlate to the environment, to the wellness environment or the corporate environment. For example, challenges at work, with energy work, if there's stagnation in the body, there is usually that usually means there's something wrong, and your body tells you whether it's tightness, soreness, pain, whatever that is. And the same thing applies in the corporate setting. So where in a corporate setting, you might want things to happen, but there's blocks, whether they come from within, whether things are getting in your way, or whether they come from your coworkers or organizational blocks. And that can leave people with lack of motivation, with inspiration. I remember starting at some companies and being so excited about making a difference, and that excitement quickly plummeted because, you know, whether it's the work environment, whether it's managers saying, no, that's not a great idea, whatever that is, right? So it can get very easily disenchanting. Then the idea of being present. So work comes with its own challenges and struggles, and being present can become hard. And so what does being present mean? That's being in the moment and being able to focus in on what you're doing, on your work, a lot of the times now the catchphrase or the flow state um, is very much in use when it comes to not only sports performance, but in work, getting into flow state so you can be productive. Getting into flow state is really hard when you're either in fear of the future, and that can come in the form of, let's say, losing your job instability, being afraid of being judged, like if you're creating a presentation, creating a product or a performance, being the fear of not performing, or being stuck in the past with either resentments or something your coworker said or something your boss said and you're sitting there trying to do your work, but you're thinking about what's happening, about something somebody said, and you can't focus because you're stuck in the past. And that, whether you're in the past or the future, you can't focus on work. So that usually resorts with lack of joy because you're not being here. And that ultimately comes or results in disharmony. So you get into a state where things are out of balance, and disharmony in a workplace can be very common because there's so many things out of your control. And in fact, that translates into real life as well. There's so many things that are out of your control, right? And how it relates to the workplace is disharmony can happen with, being excessively busy, demands of the job. You have to be on all the time, skipping lunches, not taking breaks, not taking care of yourself. And, in some sales positions that can be, the competitiveness or a toxic environment can really impact your well-being. So, on the right hand side here, I have a little bit of a layout of, your body reflects your state. And if you're experiencing any of these on a standard on a standard day, if this is regular for you, Sandra earlier talked about chronic stress. So a lot of the times in work, we tend to be in a chronic state of stress. Work is constantly stress, or can be. Now we have to bring that back to ourselves. So what Qigong allows us to do is restore balance. And we can't control the world, as I mentioned, but we can control our state. We can control our energy and how the environment, what we let into our area, into our space, into our minds. The quote by Einstein I like is, it's not the insane one. It's we can't solve our problem with the same thinking used when we created them. And in a corporate environment, in a stressed environment, in a chronic stressed environment, unless we change our state, things won't really change. So you have people getting the same results, running into the same problems, the same challenges, the same, let's say, arguments with the people around them, not being able to make progress in certain things. And you can't change those things unless you change your state. And so with Qigong, I like to divide it into 3 elements. First, you need to get into a state of relaxation. Relaxation, as you guys, as Sandra and Lori previously showed, or through their demonstrations of practice, relaxation is one of the first things. And it took me a very, very long time to recognize this, that the simple state of relaxation, just getting relaxed, is the foundation for building wellness. So unless you can get a state of relaxation, it's really hard to either let go of tension, let go of arguments, let go of frustrations, how that looks like in a workplace. Somebody may say something, or you might not agree with something. Somebody might not agree with you, and you get stuck in a place where you can't pivot. There's that blockage, and you can't find a way around it. You can't find, like, can't, and what that means is it's hard to find solutions, right? So in my life, when I have trouble finding solutions, I go to relaxations and release. And then I allow for something to come in. So I say the state of song. Songing is something we utilize in the relaxation techniques. And what that means is songing translates into relaxation or being loose in Chinese. And some of the relaxations techniques, again, Lori and Sandra already did them, which is great. You guys laid the foundation for this practice. So, sometimes it's harder to sit down and mentally relax head to toe. When we introduce our voice, a vibration, a physical vibration, so the word song, I find when I'm in a state of disbalance, it's a way of me checking in. If I go song, and it's nice and smooth, I feel my vibration, my body's vibrating and relaxing, then I know I'm in a good state. But when I go song and everything's not vibrating properly, I know I need to retune and rebalance. So let's do a quick relaxation, and we'll relax a couple of areas of the body without the vocal song, and then we'll do it with the song. So again, let's get nice and relaxed. As we mentioned earlier, standard is just to move a little forward in your seat. Allow the spine to align nice and straight, because then you get the best energy flow. You get a nice energy throw down your spine and in through to your body. Your hands relaxed on your lap, and feel free to allow your eyes to gently drop and relax. And let's bring our attention to our breath. Now we are most likely already a little bit relaxed from previous practice, so let's take a couple of relaxing breaths. With each breath in, allow your breath to relax, get a little smoother, a little slower, and a little bit deeper. I want to gently place our tongue on the top of our palate, so right behind your teeth on the top of the mouth. Let's relax the most commonly stressed and tense areas in the body at the workplace. So let's start with the head and neck and shoulders. So bring your attention to your head. And any tension you feel, we're going to take a breath in. And when I say relax, just release the breath along with the tension. So head, breathe in and relax. Bring your attention to your neck. Breathe in and relax. Now your shoulders. Breathe in. Now, for the sake of time, normally we go do head to toe relaxation. For the sake of time, let's now do one breath right from your head to your toe. Breathe in and relax. Now let's introduce the word sung. So just to practice, take a nice breath in, and as you exhale, allow the word sung to naturally vibrate as it moves, as you release the tension and allow the air out of your body. So once again, bring your attention to the head. And as you breathe in, relax, breathe out, utilize song. Now bring your attention to the neck. Breathe in. And allow the vibration of the song to relax, vibrate your neck, releasing the tension. Song. Now the shoulders. Breathe into your shoulders. Relax and song. Now let's try to see if we can make our entire body vibrate as we release our breath, releasing tension through the vibration of our voice. Be mindful, is that voice getting a little smoother? Are you feeling that deep vibration in your body? And breathe in, head to toe, relax. So, do that 2 more times. Breathe in, so. Time, head to toe, breathe in, and so. The next few breaths, allow yourself to reconnect, refeel the body. As you breathe in and relax your breath, bring your attention to your surroundings. And with the next breath, allow yourself to gently open your eyes, getting reacquainted with the floor and allowing those eyes to slowly come up. So I chose to utilize that sung, the vibration of the voice, because it's helped me when I'm really stressed and I can't get my mind to attune and relax. I allow the vibration of my voice and I use it as a tool to relax from head to toe. And with practice, now this doesn't happen overnight, so it does require a little bit of practice to getting in tune and realizing where you hold tension. We all hold tension in different areas of the body. But now I can get to a place where I can close my eyes, take one deep breath, so, and relax head to toe. So the more you practice Qigong, the quicker you're able to get and shift your state into a relaxed state. And then you can move on from things quick, release things quick, and come up with quicker solutions. Not to mention, it makes for a better work day. So that's it for me. Thank you very much all for listening. And I would like to thank Master Teresa, because without her programs, without the instructors program, without the distance healing program, what I'm able to do, the health benefits that I've received would not have happened, and I wouldn't be able to pass those along to other people. So thank you very much.
So I thank you for presenting, but to put you on the spotlight, right?
Yes.
So I also want to compliment NJ because he's interested to help men in particular, or help people with addiction to contact him with his training in all kinds of areas. And then he can be a very good mentor, and he is kind and loving, and he can be there to help you. Do you have anything to add on here, Andre?
There's only one thing. So yes, thank you very much for addressing that, Master Teresa. And part of why I chose this topic is the burnout and the challenges I faced with work translated into poor coping mechanisms. And part of that was alcoholism. And so now I'd like to help in the work environment, but I definitely help individuals who struggle with addiction or have struggled with addiction and are trying to bounce back and regain their health and well-being and reintegrate into life. I have a really strong passion to help those individuals as well, because I know how hard it was for myself to get my feet back on the ground and to take the next steps to get life moving again. So thank you, Master Teresa.
Thank you. Okay, I remove you from a spotlight. Okay, so wow, that's exciting. So thanks so much. Carry on to the next speaker, and I'll do a balance at the end. So Jill Fisher is a Master Energy Hypnotherapist and President of the College of Holistic Healing. She empowers those struggling with anxiety, health issues, weight, sleep, and other avenues have failed, and she has a way to help them. Her holistic healing to everyone and optimizing their health with joy, I would say, a very happy healer. You know, it's very lovely to be with her. And she also used a hypnotizing technique, reaching out the subconscious level to bring people that peace. And we have experienced her different ways. And I actually really like what she's doing. So she's since become a Qigong instructor after we met 10 years ago in, let's say, in Vancouver. I'm actually her first Qigong teacher. So we bring Jill to the spotlight. Hi, Jill.
Hello, so good to see you. Thank you, Master Teresa. Yeah, we met 10 years ago on the phone. I can still remember talking to you on the phone. I remember the conversation. And you were coming out from Toronto to Vancouver, and we had been connected through the Evolutionary Business Council. It's still going, this council of thought leaders around the world that collaborate and support each other. And so Master Teresa and I were talking on the phone, and the premise of this council is to collaborate. And it's, you know, like the first question is, what can I do for you? And so in that theme, I shared some different venues that she could come and create some training out here. And I thought, well, what the heck, I might as well show up. Right? I don't know what Qigong is, but she sounds pretty cool, so I'll show up. And so I went to her training, and she did a healing on me as well. And I was like, wow, this feels really good. Don't really understand what's happening, but it feels really good. And at that time, let's see, I would probably be I've been a hypnotherapist for about 15 years. So I'd probably be about 7 years into my career there. And I thought, wow, this is really lovely. And so I practiced a little bit and then kind of dropped the ball. I guess I dropped the chi ball, haha. and bump. And I didn't do it for a while. And then COVID happened, right? And so about, say, 7 years later, COVID happened. I was working in clinics, and the clinics shut down, of course. And so there was a few of us that the owner of the clinic and the owner of another wellness center and myself, we got together, we did Zoom calls for our clients. And they asked me, what can you do to help, like kind of like yoga or some kind of movement, maybe throw some hypnotherapy in there. And I was like, I could do some Qigong, right? So I started doing Qigong and loved it. Oh my gosh, loved it. And there was maybe, I can't remember, like 30 people on the call. And I could tell that they were responding really well too. And so I started doing it every day. And then the other two practitioners kind of dropped off, and I kept going. And I created this membership where people could join every day for about a half an hour, and we do Qigong together over Zoom. I did that for 3 years in a row. Changed my life. And it was all referenced from Master Teresa like 7 years before that. And my business exploded. I had so much focus. My business tripled while everybody, like a lot of people were really struggling with their business. I was so busy. And I would start my day every day on Zoom with this group, and we would do Qigong together. And I would lead it. And I can remember leading it. Master Teresa, you'll laugh at this. I remember looking at the Zoom going, oh, they're doing what I'm doing. It was like an identity shift, right, for my leadership. I was like, oh, I guess I can lead this. And then recently, Master Teresa and I connected again, and I took her medical Qigong instructor course, and I'm still in training with her, and just love it. And what I found is, it's interesting because after that 3 years, I stopped for a little while, maybe about, I didn't track it, maybe about 8 months, and I started getting sick. I started getting flus. I started getting tired, right? And then I was discussing this with my friend that used to be on these calls, and she said, well, why don't you do Qigong again? I thought, oh, yeah, okay. Just casually, yeah, okay, we'll see, yeah. So I started doing it again last September, and I don't get sick anymore. So it's like, and my business is like bubbling up again. And so there's something magic about Qigong and Master Teresa's processes of building your energy. And as a daily habit, so I do 40-day challenges now. So people join these 40-day challenges, and we do it every day from 9 to 9:30 in the morning Pacific time. And it's just a great way to ground and center and connect, and it's fun, and it's it's a community that people, we care for each other, and it's just a great way to set the day. And I find that grounding and community and the Qigong movements to build Qi and center yourself, my immune system's stronger. I did have a little bit of a sniffle of almost like a flu that wanted to come in, and then it went away because it just couldn't habitat in my body. So that was awesome. So I found that Qigong is a surprise love. I didn't see it coming. And I love it now. Like, I love it. And it's so gentle, and it's so community oriented too. And anybody can do it. I even had a woman on one of my calls that she broke her elbow. And so she couldn't do certain movements, right? Because she was in a cast. And so she would just visualize the movement for that arm. And then her doctors were blown away at how fast she healed. So cool, right? Because, and the other speakers here, oh my gosh, so good. So good. Like Sandra talking about chronic stress and how much stress that we're under all the time, and we ignore, right? We push it aside and just get on with things. But it festers in the background. And Andres, I love that the reminder of the sound, how healing that song, like that, it's just juicy, right? And it's like this love song inside your body that just restores harmony. It's so simple. It's so simple, but we forget, right? And so what I found is that with a habit, a daily habit, where I connect with people, because that way then there's also a higher commitment of, you know, I'm leading this group, and so this group, and we're amping up our energy together, and that simplicity of doing movements every day to restore the harmony in our body and the alignment and the symmetry, right? So that stagnant energy. So my main career is hypnotherapy and energy healing. And so I have a master's in clinical hypnotherapy and energy psychology. And I'm doing a PhD about halfway through in AI and consciousness. It's so fascinating. And mostly the branding, people know me as a hypnotherapist, but I'm kind of this alchemist inventor. And what I found with Qigong movements and the movements that I train people in the energy healing, I've adapted Qigong movements into the energy healing. So learning from Master Teresa, such an honor. I feel very, very blessed that that phone call happened, and that we connected, and shifting and altering and evolving the energy movements to honor the Qigong's been what, 5,000 years older. I think that's what's documented about, right? It's like it's this ancient technique into energy tools now to be able to move energy. So let's just do one or a couple right now, just for fun. Okay, so rub your hands together 9 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's roughly 9. So you're activating the energy in your hands, right? And you can probably feel a tingle. If you can't feel anything, you might be dehydrated. A really great check to see if you're hydrated is touch the surface of your palm. Should be a little bit sticky. A little bit sweaty is perfect. If you're gliding like super smooth, you're probably dehydrated. So make sure to, and most of us are dehydrated, right? Most of us don't drink enough water. We need like 2 to 3 liters of water a day. Quite a bit more than, like I might drink, my water bottle, maybe 2 of those, but we need 2 to 3 liters a day, mostly in the morning. So water being such a great conductor, right, of electricity. So by rubbing your hands together, you've activated and reminded your left hemisphere, your left brain, that there's energy in your hands. And there's so many modalities of healing by using the energy of your hands. And Qigong, we build energy, and we go through these movements of, was it Lorraine that was doing that movement of building Qi, right? And so the expansion and the contraction, So mimicking the flow of nature, right? And now there's meridians in our body. There's these circuits of electricity. And to be able to access energy in our subconscious and our nervous system, so all that suppressed chronic stress gets stuffed down and housed in our nervous system, right? And then we get this phonetic kind of vibration in the background that we're trying to set aside and get on with life. We want to actually connect to that energy and release it. So the governing meridian is a meridian that goes from the tip of your nose up through the middle of your forehead, top of your head, to the back of your head, goes all the way down your spine, kind of loops around, right? And with the energy of our hands, and there's Qigong in this, where we can move our hands up, over, and out, and it will release energy from our nervous system. So I do this with muscle testing. I don't know if everyone here is familiar with, I see Helen, you're familiar with this, and Christine. So I use a pendulum, but there's many ways to muscle test. You might have gone to a practitioner that did the arm movement, or maybe fingers. There's hundreds of different ways to muscle test. Your body is a pendulum, right? So the the expansion, the contraction, the movement of nature, we are nature, right? So we're not separate from nature, we are nature. So when you're a yes, you open up. When you're a no, you close down. When you're in the truth, you open up. When you're in a lie, you close down. When you are around something healthy, go to the grocery line and stand in front of Fruit Loops and say, is this healthy for me? You're probably going to tilt back, right? Because sugar, I mean, Fruit Loops is all sugar, it's poison, right? And go in front of something healthy in the produce, maybe the organic area, and ask, is this healthy for me? And likely you're going to lean forward, right? So your body's a pendulum. We expand with what's good for us. We contract with what's, our body's trying to shield us from. So when you look at these movements like the ocean, it comes in, it goes out, it comes in, it goes out. That's a natural movement of nature. And to tune into your own body system, your own energy system is magic, right? Like that's a superpower, way beyond the left brain data collection. Like that's super cool. But your body mechanism of feeling into what's true for you is going to override logic, because logic is limited to the information that you have, right? We have tons, and there's a limit to it because it's linear. The energy in your body, to tune into your energy, Qigong is beautiful for that, right? For moving stagnant energy. So I want to can I share my screen? Do I have rights? I do. Look at that. So exciting. Okay. Oh, hello. Let's share everything. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is a chart that I made for muscle testing, right? And I'm just going to give you a quick demo with our group. I'm going to test our group to see, let's see, what would be a good question for our group? How aligned is our group for like 100% love, being aligned with 100% love? So this is a percentage chart. So I'm just testing here. Actually, we're very high. Look at that. Oh, we're a good group. Not that there's bad ones, but okay, we're about 75% aligned. That's excellent. That's very, very high. Okay, and then this is just like a buffet that I'm testing into. So I'm testing into what would be our best shift. So one side of the chart is releases, the other side is installs. We're going to a hormone imbalance release, so down here at the bottom. So I'm going to click that, and then we're going to a hormone chart, and then we're going to release an imbalanced hormone. So it's on column B, endothelin. So it's right here is what I tested that is out of whack. So I want you guys to, again, rub your hands together. So you activate that energy, you just feel that energy. And then put your hands in front of your forehead, and then on top of your head, and then from behind, and then go out. So you're releasing, and I want you to say out loud. It makes a difference if you say it out loud. You can even whisper if there's people around. I release endothelin hormone imbalance from my body now and all time space reality. And just keep doing that movement. I release endothelin hormone imbalance from my body now and all time space reality. Wiggle your toes to send the energy down to the ground. One more time. I release endothelin hormone imbalance from my body now and all time space reality. Beautiful. Usually 3 swipes or 3 rounds does it. So if I test, is that imbalance released? A circle is a yes for me. A no is a line. Let's see if I can get it back in where you can see it. So it's released. So now if I test our group into the percentage chart, yeah, we're already 100% aligned, just like that. Boom. So aligned to love. So love as in non-judgmental, the 5th dimension energy. Now, we just have a few more minutes. I just want to put a cherry on top this. And we're going to what my participants lovingly call this chart our juicy DNA chart. So this is a different scripts that we can activate our DNA to be stronger and a higher vibration. So I'm going to test what would serve us to the highest, most benevolent outcome. Is it God layers, Lemurian layers? Cool. 7, 8, 9. Miracle. Oh, nice. Living in the miracle zone while receiving transmissions from my higher self. So that's Qigong. Because Qigong raises our frequency, right? It raises our consciousness so that we can actually connect to our highest self and God, source, universe, or angels, or guides. So the phrasing here, it's a little bit of a long phrasing. So I wrote it up here. So we're going to install the DNA dimension activation. And then we're going to say, living in the miracle zone while receiving transmissions from my higher self. And then we say, into my body now and all time space reality. So I'll say it. So just repeat as best you can. And the movement for an install is the opposite of what we just did. So that was a release, right? We're moving it out of your nervous system. To move it in, we're doing this. And remember the pulsing? You saw that before. So we're going to move it in from the back to the top to the front, and then pulse into yourself. And then again, as we speak this, okay? So that's the Qigong alteration that has happened by being on this journey. Okay, so start at the back of your head and say out loud, I install the DNA dimension activation. And then we're going to go to number 9. And then living in the miracle zone while receiving transmissions from my higher self. And we're going to go to the last part of that. Into my body now and all time space reality. And then we're going to repeat that. So again, I install the DNA dimension activation of living in the miracle zone while receiving transmissions from my higher self into my body now and all time space reality. One more time. I install the DNA dimension activation, and then number 9, of living in the miracle zone while receiving transmissions from my higher self into my body now and all time space reality. Awesome. Wiggle your toes, let it integrate. Beautiful. So the Qigong inside of that, I learned from Master Teresa about pulsing, right? With our medical Qigong, or the sending energy is like that. So when you're doing group, when you're releasing, you want to release out. I used to do it this way, right? And I was like, oh, and then Qigong taught me, no, let it go, let it out, right? But then the install, you want, oh, bring it in and pulse it in. So it's amped up the energy healing that I work with people and train people in. So that's a little sample of how the alchemy of energy healing and hypnotherapy and Qigong has happened in my life, thanks to Master Teresa.
Oh, thank you, Jill. That's very wonderful. And that's a new time for them, right? So they haven't tried this before. So Jill is very good in her work. So, and with a loving heart, and then reach out for her whenever you want a teacher, right? So thank you, Jill. Okay,
Thank you. Yeah, my website.
So integration ourselves is about connecting to me. So me, the Qi, I am the Qi. Me is Qi and I am love. So we are very loving people, but sometimes we forget about in love with ourselves. So in love with yourself would be to be when you're in your Qigong practice, instead of thinking it's Qi, think about it is love. It's an act of giving love to yourself. And it is also about giving yourself that energy of creation, the love of creation. And Qi is just creates, right? Creates. Everyone needs Qi to live. It's the energy of life. So instead of thinking about life is life, or Qi is Qi, or energy is energy, maybe we can actually start using love. I'm just practicing love. I'm just collecting love, right? And that will be another way to go deeper in yourself about activating your self-love to yourself. Thank you. So we're going to do a head relax. Neck, relax. Shoulder, relax. Chest, relax. Abdomen, relax. Back, relax. Relax your arms, your hands, your fingers. Relax your whole body. Relax even your toes. Relax, and then we practice a few songs. Song. Song. As you are doing your song with me, the sound vibrates down the body, and as it's passing through you, crossing different areas of you, maybe you can make a decision of opening you up, allow the vibration to heal you. So the song sound is like Om, it's very high healing vibration. So breathe in, song. If you like, you can use your hand. Song. 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 Universe above you, earth under your feet. As you song, the energy comes down, flow through you, and release the energy to the Mother Earth. Breathe in, song. Breathe in, song. Breathe in, song. Wonderful. Connect with you. You open yourself to receiving Qi. So I send you some Qi. And then you visualize the Qi is love. And I'm bringing love to you, to any parts of you. So nice to love me. Bring love to you. Love Qi. Love you. Love all parts of you. Love even the area that is not well. They need help. Every part of the body is part of you. They all can use love. So to experience the qi, you can bring your hand closer together now. So if you have picked up the qi, you might feel the vibration is stronger than before. See how it is? How does it feel? So that is love energy that you are feeling. So give some love to yourself again. Love me. Awesome. Thank you. So this is the first day of the World Tai Chi Qi Gong Day. So look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye. So if you like what I do, check my link, and I look forward to see you in other things we do. Check out the link below.